found a way to win, and that's a mark of a good team. Not only did we find a way to win, we were down 2 scores and a 2-score game, and we had to come back and do it in the fourth quarter. So that's gutsy. A lot of guts, a lot of courage, and a lot of heart.
Well, when you talk about adversity, you couldn't ask for a better palette to paint a picture for these kids to look at in the future. But everything you could think of possibly went wrong with injuries and quarterback going down. Talk about the adversity of this team coming over it.
Yeah, it was awesome. And, you know, we talked a lot about that this week. And Trayvon Mullen goes down. And Kyler's out there, the freshman. But, you know, we're living in la-la land if we think we're not going to have adversity in our life for the rest of our life, whether it's, you know, football. In the big scheme of things, we ain't really had no adversity. This is a game. But it's been adversity when it's something that you are passionate about and something that we work so hard at and everybody's so invested in, and you have some of the challenges that we had this week. You know, Mark, tell him you call him back. Mark, we sat him down for violation team rules today, and Cornell was not suspended, but he couldn't play. He had a academic issue, and hopefully that gets resolved. But so just. And then obviously their situation with Kelly earlier in the week. There was just a lot going on. And then Trevor. I mean, it was just like, what do you call it, Murphy's Law? That's what it was. But the Tigers overcame it, and it's awesome to see.
What about ankle?
He rolled his ankle. He started the game, and he was a little tender on it on Wednesday at practice, but bounced back. Actually, a little tender. He came back Tuesday. Was a little tender Wednesday, and he thought he was going to be able to go the whole time. But once he got out there, he just didn't feel like he could quite do what he needed to do. So, we bumped Pollard out there, and we're fortunate that we've got some pretty good flexibility within the offensive line. And there's another one that you're down a guy right there, a really good football player, but we still found a way.
What does something like that do for those fans specifically in terms of the expectations of how this team's handling things moving forward?
Well, the fans don't need to worry about this locker room. That's mythical. This is a group of young people that work really, really, really hard and that want to win. I saw unbelievable leadership this week. Christian Wilkins' simple thing, took Trevor to breakfast Wednesday morning. Just took him to breakfast on his own. I didn't know about it. Somebody sent a picture to me saying, "Hey, Coach, I just want you to know the type of leaders you have on your team." It's a random picture, and Christian taking Trevor to breakfast. That's the type of leadership we've got, and so it's inspiring. It's inspiring to see young people, especially, rally and believe and hang in there and stay together. And like I said, these are lessons that they will carry with them the rest of their life, because I really think a lot of the things that you learn inside the lines, you take with them outside the lines into your life, and, you have things go against you, but it's how you respond. It's how you respond. And these guys responded in a very inspirational way today.
Did you start any curveballs or surprise out there that you weren't expecting?
They did a few things a little differently, but pretty much what we thought. I mean, they kind of are who they are. They have an identity that they believe in, and that's why they've been successful. They don't come in every week with a new game plan and all that stuff. But they did a couple things defensively that was a little unique on a couple of calls, but for the most part, it was what we thought we'd get. We did a good job of sticking to the plan in the run game once we kind of found what we needed to do to catch all. They're blitzing the A gap a lot, the gut X blitzes, and so we really mixed up our gap schemes and our zone schemes really, really effectively, and hurt them, and had just enough misdirection where we kind of sprinkled in some outside stuff that kept them off balance.
With Kelly, has he unenrolled from school, and is there any scenario in which he could rejoin this team?
Yeah, I have no idea, and not talking about anything about Kelly. I'm just going to talk about our team. I've addressed everything I'm going to address on Kelly. wish him all the best, and you know, we're moving on.
Could Chase, seeing his journey from scout team quarterback to behind a bunch of guys in the spring to leading the game-winning drive, can you reflect on what it is about him that
Yeah.
allowed him to meet this moment?
Yeah, well, if you really have paid attention, and the local people around here know, I mean, I've been talking about Chase Bryce since the spring. He was our third guy in the spring, and I said many times in fall camp, y'all aren't asking me about Chase Bryce. I'm telling y'all, this kid can play. I've said from the get-go, I said I think we have 3 guys that we can win the league with, and that's now we got 2, and we got to figure out at least get a half of another to be ready. But so I'm not surprised. I mean, but he hasn't had to go do it. So that in the long run, what happened today may be one of the best things for our team, because it's not down the road where he gets thrown. I mean, he will never forget this. This is for him to have to go in and win a game in that type of situation. His confidence, his belief, but more importantly, what his teammates saw in him. It's priceless. And so I'm really just proud of him. But we recruited him. He was one of the top 15 quarterbacks in the country. He played at a great high school in Grayson, one of the biggest schools in the country, one of the winningest programs around. Won a state championship. He's just a really good player. And as I've said many times, sometimes he's a little unorthodox, but he's just got a lot of swag, a lot of moxie. He's just even keel, and he can sling it. He can sling it. But I thought the game slowed down. It was really, really fast early, but we did a good job of kind of just building around him a little bit to kind of let him slow his breathing down and settle in. And then when we had to have it, he was ready. So just really proud of him. Really proud of him.
How much of a life lesson is that for your team now? The fact that Chase stuck around for the Johnsons and the Trevor Lawrence and the signing with Clemson, and then to be paid off and reap the fruits of his determination.
Yeah, I mean, well, we got to have more than 11 guys. I mean, it's just you got to have a whole roster, and it's just like those backs. I told our local media coming in, y'all ask me the question every year, kind of what group. I said, well, there are running backs. That group right there will be the group on this team that I think is going to be special. And after 5 games, man, our 3 running backs, I thought Adam Choice was great today. And again, Feaster, I thought he wore him down. His fresh legs were huge at the end of the game. I wish I'd have got him a few more carries, but it was those guys were great. But I think everybody, as you look at, we need more than one guy. We're not going to win with 11 guys. So everybody's got to be ready. And Chase is a guy that redshirted last year, put a lot of work in. He's worked hard to develop, to prepare for this moment. And I'm just tickled to death for him to be able to build off of this. Because like I said, you think he's going to stroll around campus on Monday with his chest stuck out? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, because now he's led the Tigers to a win. Not only did he lead the Tigers to a win, he did it with the game on the line, 94 yards, 4th and 7. He led the Tigers to a victory and even pulled one and ran it. He's a bad-looking runner, isn't he? But it was what a big play by him. So it's just awesome. It's just awesome to see what I saw today. And that locker room was incredible. But listen, you got to. I don't want to lose in the conversation of what happened. In fact, we won the game of what Syracuse did. I mean, those guys. I knew this was going to be a tough out. Those guys played their hearts out. I thought we wore them down. I thought we imposed our will at the end. But man, there's some tough dudes. And them 8 or 9 starters they had back on defense, they got a good front. But offensively, that quarterback, he's a problem. Please tell me he's a senior. That guy is a really good football player. Hopefully their team stayed healthy as well. But last year when they beat us, they lost the next 5 games in a row. I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think these little boys they're going to have a heck of a season. So I'm really happy for Dino and the job that he's done. They got a good football team.
When you spoke of the depth, what did you think about Xavier Thomas making some big plays this year?
Unbelievable. I mean, he's special. Just shot out like a rocket. There's going to be a whole lot more of that to come. That's for sure. He's got a bright future in front of him. We had a little Indy package today. I don't know if y'all really noticed that or not, but where we had Clee in the game and Austin in the game and Xavier in the game together, and Christian just, because this quarterback, I mean, he when you got him hemmed up, you don't have him hemmed up. He just somehow finds a way to escape and avoid. And so we had a little Indy package where Xavier could go get him, and we could spy with him, we could blitz with him. But right there at the end, we just, we got fresh legs in there, and he just went and got him. I mean, it was a blur. I don't think the quarterback ever – I think it was the only sack we had. This guy – you don't sack this quarterback very often. He just – the ball is gone. He gets rid of the ball. It's frustrating. And they don't care if it's incomplete. They just don't want negative plays, and then they come right back at you. But that was a huge play right there at the end of the game.
Playing an offense that stretches you so much on the perimeter, then, losing Mark Fields and then losing Trayvon Moore. How did the freshmen step up and how they play in the face of
Kyler was the guy. I don't think we got Mario in there. I think Kyler took all the snaps, but I'm proud of him. I mean, same thing, kind of like Chase. It's one thing to go do it in practice. It's another thing to have to be out there on an island, game on the line. You got a dang pro quarterback that ain't